Hello, this is episode 122 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. We are here for April 1st, 2021, and this is going to be the Raw after WrestleMania and the start of a new season. There's going to be a lot of big changes in store tonight, and I'm really excited to show them all to you, and the landscape of WWE will change forever. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show.
We got a number 1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend has gone down. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map, go to the marked sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Wasty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to Trug Jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. He said, hey broski, you got some heals in a shield pot?
So we start off with myself and Eve in the screen, in the ring. And we're going to explain what's happening tonight. Last minute change of plans is that draft has been cancelled, basically. And the draft won't be happening tonight. Instead, we're going to really kick off the new season. Both Raw and SmackDown, there's going to be like a Raw Super Show kind of show where both shows are here and all the titles are on the line. So just to really kick off the new season and really make a statement heading into Season 3 of the Challenge Run. So Karrion Kross, Randy Orton, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, Damian Priest and Nakamura, all the champions. Me and Eve tell them what's going to be going on tonight, and we're going to start by keeping Karrion Kross out here because he's in the first match tonight. And he will defend his Universal Championship in action against the 7'3" giant, Omos. And the match gets a 46, which is actually alright. Our new commentary team of Carl McKnight and Pepper Brooks, we need to sort of build them in, because I think they've got like 3 and 10 respectively as their commentary stats, so we need to make sure they do better in the future. Just for a nice change of pace, we changed our commentary team. Anyway, in 3 minutes 34, Omos defeats Karrion Kross with a chokelam to become the new Universal Champion. Omos gets a 34 and an 84 Karrion Kross. He takes his first L on the main roster here, and the giant Omos is the new Universal Champion. Next up, we're smashing open the TEW YouTube Forbidden Door, and we've got our guests from Reawakened Wrestling, Morgan Daniels and Hans Katana, DKE. They're here, and we get a background video on them, and Hams does a masterful job improvising with the fans, ahead of their tag team title match against AJ Lee and Paige. It gets a 48, that's actually pretty decent. DKE, Daniels Katana, and Enchilada defeat Paige and AJ Lee in 10-13. Hams pins Paige with the Spina del Sol and Polka Splash combo to crown DKE the new Women's Tag Team Champions. 54 for Hams, 46 for Morgan, 66 for AJ, and a 75 for Paige. DKE have excellent chemistry, which of course they do, and Grommet and Pepper Brooks again, they're going to get better, but they've got like no commentary stats, so we need to use them more to sort of get their stats up. But yeah, new Universal Champion in Omos, and now DKE are the Tag Team Champions, Women's Tag Team Champions, that is. Nakamura's in the ring after the break, ahead of his match, when Shane McMahon interrupts. And he tells Shinsuke basically that, as a Japanese man, he's not fit to be the United States Champion, and as a former Best in the World winner, because John Cena's not here after we lost to Randy Orton, Shane is the only former Best in the World winner in this building, and as a real American, he will become the new United States Champion. He's dressed in full Hulk Hogan gear. Comes out to a mashup of his theme song and Hulk Hogan's theme song. And he's going to go one-on-one with Nakamura for the US title up next. Gets a 56. The match goes 30 minutes, which, yeah, could have gone longer, but I had to try and cut time. Shane McMahon defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in 29-31 with a flying elbow drop to become the new United States Champion. 75 for Shinsuke, and a 69 nice for Shane O'Mac. And the era of Shane will continue this Friday night. Chris Parks tells me that Shane can't work 30 minutes. I call bullshit. We then get an interesting match as the Grand Tour, as we've called the tag team here, Jeremy Clarkson and James May, they make their debut and they defeat the New Day in 9 minutes and 31 seconds when Jeremy Clarkson pinned Kofi Kingston with a lung blower to crown the Grand Tour the new Raw Tag Team Champions. 79 for Kofi, 79 for Woods, 80 for Kofi, 51 for James May, and a 60 for Jeremy Clarkson. Tag Team Specialist bonus for both New Day and the Grand Tour, and excellent chem for New Day. 52, pretty good debut match, and a nice new set of Tag Team Champions here tonight. We also have a new Intercontinental Champion. As fresh off Albert Square, Phil Mitchell defeats Damian Priest in 9:38 with a London Bridge to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Phil Mitchell gets a 46 and a 77 for Damian Priest. Again, the commentary notes we're going to work on, but they'll get there eventually. But Phil Mitchell is the new Intercontinental Champion. But he's not done tonight because he's going to grab a microphone after the match. And he's vanquished Damian Priest. So he's calling out another challenge. When all of a sudden, the lights come back on and they're all red. And the screams can be heard because the Fiend's in the ring. And he's face to face with Phil Mitchell. And he challenges the Fiend to a fight. And then the lights go off again, and both the Fiend and Phil Mitchell are gone. But we then cut to the Queen Vic, and the Fiend and Phil Mitchell having a scrap in the Queen Vic, and the Fiend loses to Phil Mitchell in 10:24 in a Queen Victoria brawl, when the Fiend was knocked out square by Big Phil Mitchell clean. 92 for the Fiend and a 44 for Phil Mitchell. What a night he's had here tonight, here on Raw. Again, the commentary would have made it better, but we're learning. 57. Two Joshis going out for the Raw Women's title. 7:58, Maki defeats Io Shirai with the Kokeshi headbutt to win the Raw Women's title. 88 for Io Shirai and a 60. And a 68 for Maki. That is really fucking good. I didn't expect it to do that well. Up next, we have a promo from the Mysterios with their SmackDown Tag Team titles, and they say that they proved that they are the greatest family tag team in WWE history because they defeated the Usos as well as the Street Profits and Death from Above. And if there are any other family tag teams in the back, come and challenge them right now for these titles. And then out come Logan and Jake Paul in their boxing gear. And they're like, yeah, we'll definitely fight you, you fucking scrubs. Come on, let's fight. And the Mysterios retain. Rey Mysterio defeats Jake Paul with a 619 because fuck Jake Paul. I actually buried him in this match because I don't like him at all. I don't really rate him. I don't think he's that good. 55 for Dominic Mysterio, 84 for Rey Mysterio, 38 for Jake Paul, and a 52 for Logan. And the Paul brothers come up short on their Raw debut to topple the Mysterio. So we do have one title retention here tonight. And that is Rey and Dominic keeping hold of the SmackDown Tag Team titles. SmackDown Women's title match. Charlotte Flair, the Queen, woo. I want my title match and I want it now. She buries Bianca Belair, defeats Bianca Belair in 12:15 with a figure 8 to win the SmackDown Women's title. 68 for Bianca and a 79 for the Queen, woo. Then after the match, she grabs her microphone. She says, "You know what, Maki? You are a coward for facing Io and not me. There is only room for one women's champion here in WWE, and it's going to be me. Let's put these titles on the line right now, woo." And JFlo come out, they sing, and they accept the challenge, so we got title for title. Charlotte versus Maki up next. And in a 52, Maki defeats Charlotte Flair with a Kokeshi in 9:38. She makes the first defense of her Raw Women's title, and she wins the SmackDown Women's title. And Maki 2 belts is lifted onto the shoulders of JFlo as the crowd goes wild and the confetti falls. What a moment and what a girl. Lesnar and Heyman come out. And Heyman says that at WrestleMania on Saturday night, Brock Lesnar was defeated by Keith Lee. Many people would think that this would humble Brock Lesnar, but he's looking for a fight. And anybody out there, Brock Lesnar is never going to lose sight like that again, and he just wants to kick somebody's ass tonight. Who wants to get their ass kicked by Brock Lesnar? Now you're thinking Oney's going to come out, but it's not going to be Oney Lorcan, actually. Instead, the music of Ozzy Might, of all people, plays. And only Shane Thorne's name pops up on the Titantron. And then it slowly fades away. Instead of saying Shane Thorne, the word Slapjack plasters along the Titantron. And out comes Shane Thorne in a weird-looking mask, going by the name Slapjack. And he's taking Brock Lesnar's challenge here tonight. And in 4 minutes and 30 seconds, Slapjack defeats Brock Lesnar with a corkscrew 450 in a 44 rated match. An 89 for Lesnar and a 67 for Slapjack. Again, Pepper Brooks and Cotton McKnight need to do better, but they're going to get there eventually. It's a bold strategy putting him on commentary this early, and let's see how it pays off for me. Not very well by the looks of it, but Slapjack gets a massive win here tonight over Brock Lesnar. And in the main event, the long-awaited, Emily, if you're watching, challenge run debut of Bob Sapp. He defeats Randy Orton in 2 minutes and 49 by pinfall with a chokeslam to become the new WWE champion. A 95 for Randy Orton and a 44 for Big Bob Sapp. He holds the WWE title up high. What a moment. But the show's not there. The show's not over there because there's another title that you may have forgotten about. R-Truth's going to leave with his 24/7 title, thinking he's got away from this April 1st episode of Raw without defending it. When an irate Brock Lesnar, fresh off his loss to Slapjack earlier on, throws R-Truth through a car window and pins R-Truth for the title to become the new 24/7 champion. But the show still isn't over because Brock Lesnar looks at his weird title belt and he's like, Paul, what the fuck is this? Does this prove that I'm like the toughest guy here on Raw? But then when Brock Lesnar turns around, he's headbutted by Phil Mitchell, and Phil Mitchell pins Brock Lesnar and he wins the 24/7 title, and he tells Brock Lesnar to get out of his pub, and he tosses him out of the arena as the show goes off the air. 53 lost its popularity in 46 reasons. That's a bit harsh, I think. I really like this show. I think a lot of things advanced, and I think it sets up season 3 nicely. And what matters more than the 53 the game gave me is what you thought of the show, so do let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for SmackDown. See you then. And a 68 for Mackie. That is pretty really fucking good. I didn't expect it to do that well. That's actually a shoot. Obviously, this will be at the end of the video in the outtakes part, but fucking hell, I'm now looking forward to Mackie in season 3 because, my god, a 68 is really good. Up next, you have a promo from the Misc. Right, you need to practice saying these words with a straight face. The lights come... The lights come back on, and the red light is flashing, and the Fiend screams in the background. The lights come back on, and like the screen's all red, with the Fiend lighting, and the screams are playing in the background. Because the Fiend is... Fuck. I didn't think it would be this difficult. Right. Oh, it's his face. I'm looking at his face, and it's just making me laugh. Shanti, Shanti. The lights come back on, and the lighting is all red. Then, fuck. This is so hard to get through without laughing, man. Oh. The lights come back on, and they're all red, and the guy here on Raw. But then when Brock Lesnar turns around, he's headbutted by Phil Mitchell. And I'll see you next time for SmackDown. See you then. fucking Fiend and Phil Mitchell, man.